Hey, Nicholas with Backyard TARDIS here with another Locksmith Reacts to Hollywood, and it's time for somebody to save me. Yeah, that's right, we're going into Smallville. Loved this show when I was growing up. Yes, it basically kicked off what is now CW, but I don't hold that against it. Of all those shows, it's been diminishing returns. Smallville had its flaws, and it seemed like those flaws only get magnified later. But we're not here to look at that. We're here to look at the locksmithing. I've been doing a rewatch lately, and been seeing some things. But in here, we see something that is repeated in a lot of Superman media. And so, let's go take a look.
Mrs. Fordman? Fordman?
Okay, having looked at that, we see this constantly. Superman goes up to a door, he just like knocks out the cylinder or grabs the knob real hard, boom, pops, opens, and then the knob works just fine afterwards, sometimes in some things. Or in this one, like he just boom, puts it in. So the fact of the matter is, well, I don't doubt that Superman has the ability to do that, to knock that piece in. That wouldn't open the door. In fact, that might have made the door more stuck than normal. So let's take a lock. So he's coming up, and he's just, boom, and that piece is going flying in. Well, what does the back of that piece look like? That's there. So it's just held on by a little screw. So the idea that Superman could hit that hard enough that it would just go in, but here's the problem. Going in doesn't unlock the door. This turning does. This little tailpiece turns, and when it turns this. So you see that goes in there. We get our keys here. Should have had that ready. But when you turn the key, it turns that tailpiece. Now, had he pushed this in, that would have had to rip through this. In the event, sometimes I get called out, this piece is broken. This little piece right there. And what ends up happening is this will just spin and it'll be doing nothing because this is broken. And that usually happens because the door isn't aligned and it's putting too much pressure. And so when you're pulling it back, you're pulling too hard and it basically breaks this piece off. And then these little pieces just fall into the door hole. And now your tailpiece is just spinning there. If Superman had taken that cylinder and completely pushed it through, this is kind of what that cylinder looks like out. So like if he had popped that and he popped that through, where's it going to go? It's sitting right at the back of that. So if he pushed it in, it would have broken this off. This would have still been out. Now, he would have had to get the whole deadbolt off and sit there and pull that out from the inside. So, when Clark puts that in, he actually breaks the lock so that even if you had a key, you couldn't get it open and you'd have to remove the whole deadbolt. So while I don't think that he's unable to get in, this is not a method of entry at all possible. Even if someone were to come up to your house and start pounding on this, to get a punch and to pound on it, breaking that in would actually get them less in than actually in. And so it would it'd be a trick. But that shows that Superman, his powers work in mysterious ways. It's like he can touch somebody and give them, extend his aura of invulnerability around them. He's just has amazing superpowers. So is that additional superpower? Like, is he putting his finger in there and then magnetically pulling it over? Who knows how he's getting these locks open? But I just love that, they show him just effortlessly. But it shows that sometimes breaking stuff doesn't always get you in, and that's something I see a lot in Hollywood. I see constantly they show ones, they shoot the lock off, they don't actually shoot the door, because if police are shooting at a door, what they're shooting out is where the door and the jamb meet. They're basically trying to shoot this part right here. So they're trying to just basically create a bullet hole that encompasses, like with a shotgun or something, the whole door mechanism, just break out that wood so that this is just flopping there. They're not sitting there trying to shoot a lock off. That constantly you see in Hollywood, like they'll knock the lock off or something like that. But no, just breaking it doesn't make the door automatically open. So sorry, Superman. People are so concerned about how you're able to defy gravity and how all your powers make any sense. But I want to know, how are you unlocking locks by breaking them? Anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. Next time on Locksmith Reacts to Hollywood.
Not bad for